Did the latest update in Marvel Strike Force really solve the crashes? Are there more cheats in Marvel Strike Force? But the better question is, do the devs care? Are they going to do anything about it? And do the latest Datamines offer some interesting clues of what is coming up in Marvel Strike Force? We're discussing all of that and more on your Marvel Strike Force weekly news update. This week, I'm joined by my brother Boilon. And if you're ready for that, brother Boilon, tell him what to do.
Let's go boil smash it.
I like it.
ValleyFlyin.
Hi, what is up, Valley Maniacs? I want to welcome you back to your Marvel Strike Force weekly news update on the ValleyFlyin channel. I hope you're doing well. This week, I got my brother Boilon here, and we're discussing a lot in Marvel Strike Force. The latest update, cheats, data mines, events, and a lot more. How are you, my friend?
Not too bad, but you know, as always, I'd love to see this game work a little bit more.
I would love to just, no bugs, no crashes, nothing. Now, I saw a thumbnail that you quit. Are you back?
I'm playing as much as I can, which admittedly isn't a lot. So I'm still having those crashes where if I go into the game, my game just freezes up or crashes upon loading. You know, so I'm not doing a lot of Rages or War, unfortunately, until some of this gets fixed.
Well, that sucks that you can't get into your game. I'm glad that you're still making content. We can still make videos though. but let's talk about this because this latest update, 5.10 or 10, 5.10.2 was released earlier this week. It was supposed to solve a lot of the issues. It was supposed to implement a number of memory footprint reductions. It's supposed to introduce a reduced visuals mode that when it soft locks, it would allow you to complete the battles without any animations or visible effects. And anomaly detected, now it's supposed to give more information when that screen pops up to help the devs solve these problems. Now, and eliminating the T-pose. This is an important one.
Yeah.
So, you know, I haven't experienced a lot of these issues that players have. I've played mainly on iOS and on BlueStacks, so I'm not usually off of Wi-Fi. I don't know if that is related to the issue. I've heard a lot is with memories of the phones. What are you hearing from your community, and are you still noticing a lot of these things that was supposed to be fixed with this latest update that happened this week?
Yeah, I mean, I don't actually know a lot of people who have updated to this because it's a beta test, right? It's not actually widely available. It's a beta test for Android. And for me, I run iOS on my iPhone outside of BlueStacks, of course, when I'm on my computer. But I haven't been able to download that on BlueStacks, so okay. I don't have any personal experience with it. But these are a lot of problems that I have personally. I actually just got T-posing the other day with the Captain Marvel skin as well as the President Loki skin.
That's a new one. That's a new one.
So I mean, it's still ongoing, but until they. The reason why they beta tested, I'm assuming, is because they're not prepared to release it fully. So they don't know if it's going to actually fix everything or not. So yeah, I'd be interested to hear from other people who, you know, maybe have used this and hopefully it's helped them. I need some help.
I'm curious for someone that actually downloaded this update because on Reddit when this was announced, on Twitter when this was announced, they were saying, hey, let us know if there's any other issues. A lot of the comments were like, hey, screw you, do your own testing. I'm not downloading this beta update. Does it work? Does it not work? So I don't really know who updated this. So yeah, if you did, let me know in the comments. But that is not the only controversial thing going on, brother. You made a video about this. Some cheats. Now, this was we made videos about this years ago, 2 years ago, maybe even 3 years ago. This kind of stuff was going on so long. The double donations, and previously in previous events, I don't think it's been that much of an issue. But now, especially with these Stark Armory stockpile things, we got these ranking rewards now. So explain the cheat without telling anybody how to do it, because I don't want to promote how to do that.
Yeah.
What is going on with this, and what is the long-term or the widespread effects, not just with the players, but also with or not just with Scopely, but also with players?
So it's quite challenging to actually explain it without actually saying how to do it. part of the reason why I also brought Dorky Dad onto my video was because that he had more understanding of the sort of the whale Kraken-y side of things than I do, because my alliance is a little bit more casual friendly. So while this may not directly impact us, it does directly impact anyone who engages in this milestone, who basically are doing it legitly, especially because there's a ranked reward portion in that. But it involves alliance donations, and so a lot of people probably are familiar with this aspect, and so I can't exactly tell people how to do it, but yes, it does involve timing of when you do an alliance donation. I think that's safe. I'm not saying how to do it.
Basically, without saying how to do it, basically you're donating once and getting it for 2 days instead of 1 day like you're supposed to.
It's not even just a doubling. Like, it can count for, you can get so many additional donations, I suppose you could say. On both ends of it, so both for the current day and for the next day. So you're double dipping essentially. If you're spending 450 cores, you could get that 450 cores on both days, rather than, so you're saving twice as many cores. And so for people who aren't taking advantage of this, it's unfair to them because there's the ranked reward portion of it, which didn't exist before. And so a lot of people, in my comments of my videos, were suggesting, well, why don't we just stick it to Scopely? You're spending less cores and probably spending less money. But at the end of the day, you're playing against other players who may be doing this fairly, and they're getting screwed out of that. So that's kind of part of the problem there.
Yeah, like this was like I said, this is going on for a while. I thought it stopped because the last I heard about this is in an Envoy chat when Scopely says, "Hey, we're going to be looking for these and getting some punitive actions for these players that are doing that." I don't think that ever happened, and I just kind of forgot about it, and apparently it's back, and now it's a problem because of these ranked rewards. Who do you think gets screwed more by players that are doing this double exploit, Scopely or the players?
I think it's a mix of both. I mean, clearly the Scopely is not going to be getting as many cores from players, and therefore making less money, and so that's a really heavy aspect of what the players think is going on, the perception of that. But once again, it is the players that are being impacted by it because, say, for example, the top ranking is 100 Armory 16 orbs at 1%. And the next one down is 60 orbs. So there's 40 orbs difference, the fragments between 1% and 2 to 5%.
Yeah.
And I think there's going to be people that are going to get pushed out of the 1% who may have otherwise, because there's going to be some people, alliances or otherwise, that are taking advantage of this. And I'm not necessarily putting the onus on the players. However, I don't feel that players should be openly taking advantage of this knowingly. I think that's unfair for everyone else. But this is something the Scopely needs to fix. They need to get on top of it. I mean, like you said, it's been around for a long time. Why hasn't anything been done about this? And
years.
I think
we're talking years, Boilon, not just months. Years
so
it's been around, and it's not been addressed.
And this is a fundamental problem. This is whether it's a technical, it's likely a technical issue, but something that they need to fix, or don't run an event like this ever again.
Do you think that this exploit would be egregious if there wasn't ranked rewards like previous time that that there's been talk about this exploit?
I'm not sure if it would have been. I mean, it still would have been a problem. I don't think it would have been. The player element would have been taken out of it because of the rankings. So really, at that point, it would be sticking it to Scopely, I suppose.
Is that a bad thing?
Not necessarily, but in this case, because of that player element, that's where the problem lies for the player base, anyways, and the players need to understand that.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, even if there was no ranking rewards, just you being able to do an exploit that someone doesn't know about is kind of unfair. So this needed to be fixed, and I thought it did get fixed. And Scopely did know about it because they said they were going to punish players. They never ended up doing it, and I think some players stopped thinking that they're going to be punished, and I guess other players just kept doing this.
I don't think they really punished the players. Very seldom.
I don't think they did. I don't think they did. I don't think they did.
It is what it is, but at the end of the day, the onus is on Scopely and Marvel Strike Force to fix this loophole.
Yes. So we're actually adding this part in. We were finished recording the news, and we saw that this event got extended by an extra day. Reddit is blowing up, so I wanted to get your take on this. This used to say 2 hours left. This used to say 2 hours left on both of these. So Stark Armory Stockpile and the Festival of Fortune. Now it says a day. They added a day to this. What does this do to solve any of the cheating? And I gotta welcome Loki to the
Boilon's dog,
to the news update.
It really extends the exploits that are currently going on. So it's gonna just if they don't change it, then it's going to give more time to take advantage of this, you know, for better or for worse, you know, and I don't know what their intentions are behind it. To be honest, it's strange. So maybe we'll get a statement. Maybe we won't.
Does this give them more time to figure out what to do with the cheaters? Is that why you think they extended this for a date? So they could start investigating and banning people to maybe push back the rewards? Because we were supposed to get the rewards, according to this, as of according 2 hours from now.
But they would need to make a statement on top of that, I think, to really have us understand what the heck's going on. Because
They need to, but this is Scopely.
Otherwise, it just looks like the event was extended for some unknown reason for a day. And, you know, for the most of us, actually, we still don't really know exactly why. So unless they let us know in the Envoy channel about what's going on, and we can help explain to, you know, our public, our channel groups and stuff like that. But otherwise, you know, I don't really know. We don't really know much more than that.
Yeah. As of right now, this is just confusing. I don't know what is happening. I guess we'll find out at server reset. Hopefully they make a statement, but I'm not betting anything on them.
Well, fingers crossed, I guess.
And while I was editing this video, it looks like our questions have been answered. The extended the timer does not have anything to do with these cheats or anything at all. It actually seems like it's a very good thing. The timer for the Festival of Fortune and Stark Armory stockpile events have been extended to allow extra time for players to claim all rewards to increment points. The actual donation portions will end at the originally posted time and date. This part is good. This part is good because, yes, the donations, all that stuff, you're not able to acquire more, but you can claim your stuff. I hope this also means that the offers won't be extended, but initially this looks like a very good thing. This wasn't the only issue going on in Marvel Strike Force this week. We had one of the worst events, in my opinion. Now, we've had bad events in the past. Thanos Giving was very bad. Some of the other events were very bad. This was probably the worst character release that we've had, in my opinion, Mirror Image. And not only was it that bad, giving the least amount of shards that we've ever gotten for a character. I guess Strike Pass is that. But since that, we got late rewards as well that were not delivered due to a technical issue. And I guess it was so complicated that they couldn't be bothered to work on the holiday on Monday. So we got this on Tuesday. And I thought the rewards were pretty good, but the event was so trashy for a character release because of the amount of shards that we got for Echo. What did you think of this event? And did you think it could get any worse?
The irony of the photo that you have right up there, that 6 to 10% is the 4 red star, because you couldn't even get a 4 yellow through this event. So you capped out free to play as a 3 yellow. So I've talked to people who, you know, have managed to get 4 or 5 red from their payout, and yet they don't have the yellows associated with it because this had such a low amount of shards. And it was not actually player friendly, believe it or not. You know, I know a lot of people that didn't even unlock her, you know, because to get that unlock, you kind of really had to push most of the way through the event in order to even unlock her. So I wasn't a big fan. You know, there's obviously other rewards associated with this, and the milestone and the ranked rewards there. But as far as a character release method goes, it wasn't good. You know, the other rewards, okay, fine. But as characters, no.
Now, what if through blitzing, we could have grinded out more imprints? Would that have made a difference to your impression of this event? We could have spent more in the store. We could have got more of these milestones, these ranking milestones. I still think that would be limited as far as the Echo shards. I think there was only 50 extra shards in those milestones. So it would still be a very limiting event, but would that have made it a little better for you, considering some of the other rewards and those milestone rewards that we would have gotten if we could have grinded it out?
I think it would have been more palatable because it would have made it more newer player friendly to be able to grind the imprints to then pay for the currency to spend in the shop to get to unlocking Echo. Like I said, I know a lot of people didn't unlock Echo, and that's because of a whole host of reasons. But they just, they weren't able to acquire more imprints fast enough to clear the milestones, if that makes sense, because of lack of characters to blitz with or whatever. So if you got extra imprints per blitz win, like we did with the Magic event, you did get store currency per blitz win for Magic, but you didn't for this one. So yes, I think it's a little bit unfair. It could have been a little bit better. At the end of the day, I mean, I suppose for endgame players, you're still getting teal gear from the store. But as far as a character release goes, I think it's lackluster.
Yeah, I actually thought the Magic event was good, but as a character release, it was also very bad. I think that was 150 shards, so I think we were able to grind it and get those extra 50 from those milestones. But yeah, as character release is very, very bad. Now that event was bad, but that's not the only thing errors going on in Marvel Strike Force 2 weeks in a row. So we got this blog post on February 11th. It said that we're gonna get a poll for the Tadano Max celebration. We're having a global poll on February 14th. That didn't go down. It was actually a city poll. And then February 21st, this past Monday, we were supposed to have a cosmic poll on Facebook. That wasn't even there. It wasn't even the wrong one. It was just gone. So what happened to these? Were the devs so concerned about these, the crashing, that they're focused all their energy on there? Were they focused on these mirror image rewards? Or was it Monday and that was their holiday, so they couldn't be bothered to put this up on Facebook?
Well, I mean, that shouldn't come to any surprise, really. But like, how hard is it just to like push a social media post that can be pushed to all their social medias at the same time? Like, there must be like, could they not have one person like on staff, like on an extra day, like whether it's the weekend or on Monday? Like, can't they just pay one extra person overtime? I don't know how that works over there, but I mean, clearly that's
Zeke's, but she's gone.
It's not unreasonable to have somebody, you know, working on a Saturday or on a holiday. You know, it happens here. You get overtime. I don't know about over there, but it just seems strange to me.
All right. Well, yeah. Come on, Scopely, you guys can do better. It was the trend of this game was going up in November, and then December was pretty good, and then January just kind of crashed down because of the non-addressing the community. Let's talk about the next thing. In this exact same blog post, the Eternals in real-time arena. I was worried that this was gonna be a nerf to the Eternals. We saw Datamine that said changes to Eternals coming. Well, I guess there weren't any changes because what was the point of this? They said included the ban for the ban list for the foreseeable future will be either Icarus or Cersei. That was already going on for a few weeks, but right after this blog post, like a week after this blog post, we're in real-time arena, Icarus and Cersei you could use. Come on.
I think you can still use it right now, but yeah.
This is live right now in my BlueStacks. I can use them right now. Actually, let's take them into battle. Real-time arena right now. Yeah. We'll throw this on auto while we're discussing this, but what is going on with attention to detail and Scopely? Have the devs checked out, Boilon?
Well, I mean, in the data mine, it said Eternals update. So to me, that suggests something to the characters. You know, they could have worded it differently, you know, so it's not... There was reason to semi-panic here, I think, based on what we've heard in the past from them, and it wouldn't have been all that surprising, to be honest, based on how things have been going lately. RTA is still trash. Most of us don't care, but it is what it is. Actually, you know what? I don't mind using the Eternals because the matches are over so fast.
It's fast,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So, but it didn't really change much than what was already happening. Because they were all already kind of banned. Maybe not by name, but like the traits were rotated enough that one of them was always banned, I think.
They were right before this blog post, but then this blog post comes out and now we got both of them back again.
I don't know.
The timing is so appropriate, Scopely. As far as real-time arena, are you even playing these matches or are you doing like I am right now, just throwing this thing on auto?
If I need the extra points for whatever reason, because I'm not doing it in Blitz, you know, if it's a crappy Blitz that, you know, we don't need to bother with, then yeah, I wouldn't mind actually using the Eternals, set it on auto, and it goes pretty quick. I win some, I lose some, whatever, but at least the matches are quick. Sometimes I don't even max out the RTA season at level 100. Like, that's how little I care. I'm like, maybe I land around level 70 to 80. It really depends, right? Like how much blitzing is going on in the week, I guess. Yeah, I don't care that much.
Yeah, we do 2 battles a day, and that's pretty much it. Both of them are on auto, so Eternals being there is a good thing. But that leads to my next question, Boilon, and I kind of asked this. Do you think the devs have checked out? There was an interview with another developer that said that the devs are kind of on maintenance mode right now. Is that what you're thinking? I mean, from what I understood, a lot of the staff was let go in year 1, and they're kind of letting this game go. Do you think that dev had old information that we're in maintenance mode right now, or is that something recent that happened and that could attribute to the reason that this game is like this right now?
I mean, it could be a little bit of both. I mean, maybe that they already kind of had a low amount of staff to begin with, and maybe a few more left. I don't know. I mean, honestly, there's been so many problems internally with the game with regards to technical issues and other problems just on a regular basis that happens here on Marvel Strike Force. It does make me wonder, has things gotten worse than what whatever it might have been before. And it is concerning, just because there is potentially we know that there's a new game mode around the corner doesn't necessarily mean that they're not on maintenance mode, because this is stuff that could have been in the pipeworks for months and months and months.
Yeah.
And maybe we might see this come out and we might see just a slowdown of new stuff. I don't know. The game is still making a lot of money, but it's not going up or down at any major rate. They're still making 12 million, a month, and they'll probably continue to do so, but they're not, seeing huge increases, improvements. And maybe they've realized that and the resources aren't worth it for them. But
it really seems like the standard of qualities went down while the prices have went up. So that would kind of align with what's been going on in the game, just trying to charge more for the exact same thing or charge more for even less value. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I hope that they were wrong. I hope the game is not on maintenance mode because as upset about this game as I do get, it's because I enjoy this game. Mm-hmm. Now, let's talk. We're talking about a lot of the negatives. Let's talk about some positives, or at least positive for me. Avengers Tower was back, and it just finished this past week. How did you do on this? And more importantly than how you did you have fun with Avengers Tower this time?
I think I may have gotten 2 to 3% as well, except the difference is I barely played it. I actually did it almost entirely on Sim. So that's interesting.
Wait, I actually even after 461 on Sim?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. Believe
brave,
it or not, I don't think anyone really tried that much. But I really stuck to like my top 5 or 6 teams, and I did what I call smart simming. I know that this is a counter, right? So like it should work, and so Sim in this case did actually work for me. So
did you get screwed by any battles? Because there's some battles like, if this should win. I have more collection power. The big character on my team is the exact same character in there, and it's stronger. Sometimes I don't win those, so I got screwed a few times, but nothing major.
Times. I was actually impressed with this time. Maybe it was just my decision of what characters I decided to use against them, but the Sim did actually, for the most part, work out for me. And like I said, I managed a pretty good rank reward, and then, I see some of these people spending a fair amount of time doing all these manual battles, and that's just not for me, because at the end of the day, for me anyways, I understand that people love the challenge and there's some new battles here. It's just it's a reskin Blitz for me. And so they didn't change the rank rewards, or the rewards were exactly the same as last time, Avengers Tower 1, and you had to climb more floors to clear the milestones. So from a rewards perspective, you're actually doing more for exactly the same.
Well, if you're simming all, then I guess you're doing less though, right?
Well, yeah, I'm spending less time, but I mean, for those who are manualing, or even for those at the bottom, the newer players, the mid-tier players, they're having to climb to floor 60 to clear the milestone than floor 50. What I think should have happened is I think it should have been still level 50. They should have evened it out, the climb like they did, but left the milestones finished at 50 and then have it a little bit more challenging after 50 to 100 for those players, rather than raising the milestone cutoff at 60. I didn't like that.
Were you getting a lot of complaints about the milestones and the floors? Because a lot of the comments that I was seeing was like, yeah, I didn't get all the rewards and stuff like that, but I still had a lot of fun. And for me, manually playing all these battles after floor 61, that was fun for me. And now some days I took in the wrong team, like, oh shoot, I'm taking a Blitz team instead of the real team. But I had fun with it. So were you getting a lot of complaints with people that didn't enjoy this because they had to do extra floors, or was it just not worth the time for?
I think there was a lot of indifference, but it seems that the new players who felt, I'm going to say this, they felt that it was better for them. It's actually a perception thing. Like I said, that you're having to climb more floors for the same rewards. So you're doing more battles, but at the end of the day, you're actually getting less milestone points per win than you did before. So it doesn't actually change a whole lot. You're just having to fight more than you did for the same rewards. So they're feeling like they're engaging more, right? Because there were more lower level floors. But at the end of the day, it's a smoke and mirrors a little bit here to make you think that you're actually, having more. And
I don't mind it, though, boy. I don't mind
if you're having fun, that's fine. That's fine.
I had fun with it, so I don't mind it. I don't mind that.
Great. I'm glad. I'm glad you had fun, and I'm glad everyone else, the other people who had fun. That's awesome. But from a purely, time versus rewards, it actually got worse.
Well, I mean, at the end of you need to use the rewards to do something fun in the game. It's not just about collecting
I think
rewards,
the
collecting heroes for
better.
something, right? I mean, for some people it will, but I want to use these characters that I'm building up.
No,
I don't want
get
to just build them to build them.
And that's totally respectable. Like if you're having fun, that's awesome, and you should, because we need ways to have more fun in this game, right? You know, and that's totally okay. Just from a purely like a time versus reward, you know, statistic, it didn't change much.
Yeah, I mean the rewards they were okay. I got a dagger there. I got a magic because it wasn't that.
The
bad.
orbs were slightly better than they were in the cosmic orbs last time. The tower cosmic, that one was awful. The first time it was like Cull Obsidian in there.
Oh, I don't remember. I don't remember the orb. I don't remember the orb, but
it was a cosmic orb.
This one is we got more orbs to think about, and then I don't think I got too many crazy.
It was okay.
Pieces there.
I'll probably continue to sim it if it comes back again.
I'm gonna sim it up to floor whatever they do. I don't know if they're gonna change it to 61 or make it more, but I'm gonna sim it until that milestone, and then I'm gonna play it because it's fun for me.
I hope they take some feedback though, and maybe they might like retailer it again. You know, I guess how they tried to do it with RTA, but you know, I think that there is something they could do here in Avengers Tower. I just hope that they actually maybe take some feedback and maybe make it a little bit funner. No, better on the rewards, so then maybe I'll engage with it more. I don't know.
Okay, so the reward people and the fun people could come and all enjoy this mode, right?
I prefer Pocket Dimension.
All right, well, we'll talk about Pocket Dimension. We haven't had one. We haven't had one in February at all, so hopefully we get one in March. All right, but let's move on because there's positive things, not just Tower mode. We also have Omega Red coming back. Here he is, February 28th. Everybody's been asking, when is he coming back? Well, the latest blog post, we finally got we have a calendar in game right now for Omega Red. Do you have your Omega Red at 7 stars already? Are you going to get another star on Omega Red, or are you going to unlock him for the first time?
I will get one more star to 6. So I did unlock him the first pass at 5, and I'll get a 6. I have a 6 red waiting. I pulled a 6 red initially when he first came out. So it should be a pretty good upgrade. I think only about a third of my alliance actually had him the first pass. So pretty much everyone probably
this will be good for your wars coming up, right?
Well, I'm not a huge on war either, but you know, it's still a good character.
You're just collecting, Boilon. You're just collecting all the stuff right now.
It is a hero collector after all.
Okay. So do you think people will be able to get, I mean, how easy do you think it'll be to unlock Omega Red on his second pass? You know, first pass is usually difficult, but how are free-to-play players going to be, what percent of free-to-play players are going to be unlocking Omega Red this time around?
Well, let's put it this way. If my baby account can unlock Omega Red, then I think that's pretty free-to-play friendly, actually.
All right, and is your baby account unlocking Omega Red this time?
Yes. So
and what is your TCP of your baby account?
Around 3 million, like level 81.
That's all right. So yes, hopefully everyone has been playing since the first iteration of Omega Red can unlock him this time. So that's good. Now we got another good thing, but this may be a double-edged sword because as you mentioned, Moondragon is coming on the 1st of March, and as we've gotten promised in a blog post a long time ago, we would get at least one Farmable character every month, but on some months, when they fall short, it would just be one, but normally be 2 or more. December, one character became Farmable. January, one character became Farmable. February, we're not done with February, but so far in February, one character became Farmable, and they have no other announcement until March 1st. So what is going on with this? Do you think we'll get other characters farmable in March or just Moondragon?
I hope so. I mean, I think patch 6.0, I think we're going to, I don't know, maybe we'll talk about that. Should be around the corner by week of March or something. So
they said late March.
Okay,
is when
well,
they said to expect
I would hope,
post.
Based on what I think might be coming for next patch, you know, I think we're due another legendary character, which inevitably means that they're hopefully going to fast track some farmability on some other characters. So I think we probably will see something else in March. Otherwise, that's like what,
late
4 months
March
of one.
Well,
yeah, either or. But Moondragon is not a good character to have as our once a month.
No, if this is the only character, that's bad. But if she's farmable along with some other characters, I think this is very, very positive. But yeah, I think it was in, I can't remember what blog post it was in. Maybe it was in this one here, where they said coming in the 6.0, late March is when they're timing. And normally when they change the numbers of these things, that means a big game mode. They added that for ISO 8, for War. So 6.0 must mean that Grand Tournament is coming out. Do you think that the Infinity Watch or the some of these other characters that are being farmable will have a big impact in Grand Tournament when it finally comes out?
I mean, Infinity Watch is an arena team. They're very broadly usable pretty much everywhere. So those are good teams to have in Grand Tournament. And so whether or not you should be putting your resources towards that necessarily will depend on kind of what the rewards look like for that game mode. You know, I'm not going to, because obviously they're not arena meta now. So I don't know if it's something that you should be pushing to build right now. But hey, at least the full team will be available.
Yeah, well, they're not arena meta, but I still see them every now and then on arena defense. I still use them every now and then on arena offense if I see those speed turtles on defense. So they're still relevant. They're not totally falling off like the Black Order has, but they're definitely less impactful than before. Now, we also got some new orbs this week. Gamma Raid Orbs. So this is what the Gamma Raid Orbs looks like now. I don't see any characters that are really coveted by my account. No. Anything for you or your baby account?
Not really. I'm trying to find reasons, but no,
I don't see anybody.
Hella maybe. I mean, but realistically, she's fallen off the meta really far. So I don't know.
A year ago, this would have been an awesome orb. Look at that, Call Obsidian in there. He was important last year. Now, some players were saying that the old Gamma is better. Let me show you who we got in this old Gamma, and let me get your opinion on that. We got Gamora, Nebula, Shatterstar, who did get added to the other orb. So that's kind of a wash there.
I mean, you got 2 Infinity Watch reworks there, right? With Gamora and Nebula. Shatterstar would help, I guess, for those still wanting to push for Adam Warlock. Sif was in a War Store, you know, for Black Bolt. Not a great character, but, you know, still 2 Asgardians for Black Bolt. So there's some good... There's actually
what about her? Look at her!
America Chavez. Yeah,
Nerf
America Chavez.
I know. Make her speed only in War.
I don't think it's really much different, to be honest. They're probably just as bad as each other, but yeah, I don't know which one I'd rather have, to be honest.
I don't know. They're both Ultimus fodder for me, man. Now the thing about Shatterstar, they did add him to this other orb that we got. So I don't know if it's bad that they took him off, but I don't know. It's kind of a wash. It's not very exciting. Not like adding Cloak and Dagger to the Alpha.
The Alpha raid is one of the best ones, I think. There.
Yeah. All right, now we have an event coming up. We don't have a date on it, but I'm assuming that'll be tomorrow. We also have some Datamines that we're going to discuss a little bit. But Infestation Incoming. Does this mean we're getting more bugs, Boilon?
That's exactly what I thought of when I saw this post on Friday. I was like, oh my god. It was just so inappropriately timed too, because of like all the ongoing problems. Like Infestation. I don't know if they did they say bugs? I don't think they actually say bugs.
You say inappropriate. I say it's very appropriate.
Well, I mean, it's just like, you know, because the community's on fire a little bit. It's really heated going on right now. So yeah, I mean, it's just another event, but did they have to choose that name? I don't know.
Well, we'll talk about some of the things in Datamines. One of the big things that I was wondering about, it said character shards here. So this looks like a normal event. This doesn't look like it's that awesome as far as rewards, but it doesn't look like you have to do a lot either. So this is just kind of like a
you just have to blitz your heart out, though. You know, it says battle in arena, win and blitz. So once again, it's a blitz heavy event.
Maybe. It depends on what these are. Are these just you do your 2 daily battles and blitz and then you get it like you do for arena and raids and other things?
It's going to be a grind. you know that you're going to be doing rotations.
Maybe. If the rewards are worth it, I'll do rotations. I'll grind for stuff. But I'll probably be grinding anyway for Kate Bishop tonight. So
that's true. Yeah.
Hopefully this runs in conjunction with that Kate Bishop blitz, and I won't have to do anything extra. Now this character charts though. I'm gonna get a little ahead of myself as far as the data mine. There's something else I want to discuss about the data mine, but as far as character charts, they did mention characters. They mentioned Spider-Punk in the data mine. They also mentioned some select Dark Hunter shards. Which shards do you think is going to be in here? So Spider-Punk, if the data mine is correct, would be in here. Yeah. Do you think they're going to be that generous and release some Morbius and Dr. VooDoo before they're even in the game?
It's gonna be the older characters. We know
It's gonna
that.
be
Come
Elsa
on.
and Ghost Rider. That's it.
Yeah, probably. Or Mordo. Oh yeah, Mordo's a Dark Hunter.
Mordo doesn't have the tag. Do you think he's gonna be in that select Dark Hunter?
Oh right, sorry. Yeah, he doesn't have the. Yeah, I
He
keep forgetting
doesn't.
about
He
that.
doesn't.
Yeah,
He
I
doesn't.
keep
Yeah.
forgetting. Okay, Ghost Rider and Elsa then, right?
That's it.
Then.
So we're gonna get 3 character shards: Punk,
So-
Ghost Rider, and Elsa.
Can I choose? Because I would love to just take the Spider Punk, obviously.
I think most people would want to just take Spider-Punk. so I guess your answer is no. We're not going to be able to choose because
No,
that's
I
the
don't
best
think- I
character
doubt
by far.
I mean, unless the offer comes out, like because we're expecting a Dr. VooDoo offer to come out at some point. So unless that comes out first, and then this event comes, and then maybe he's in it, but maybe he's part of it. Like I don't know. Like I doubt it because I think it's a campaign event, right? So maybe.
Yeah. Dr. VooDoo is a campaign event with the tag that's already in the game.
I don't think
was
the new
announced in
characters will be
6.0.
there, but who knows, right?
Yeah, maybe Scopely's like, hey, we've screwed up so much.
Yeah.
Here's a bone, guys. Probably not, but I can hope for that, right? Now I know you've had some issues with Young Avengers. They're performing how they're performed. So what are your thoughts on Young Avengers right now? I know you were a little disappointed with them initially. Now that you've seen them built up a bunch, not just using them in practice mode, what are your thoughts on the Young Avengers and how are they affecting you and your alliance?
I'm kind of mixed. I mean, obviously my alliance is not war heavy, so I decided to go in on this. A lot of people who follow my channel know that I have a 7 red Squirrel Girl. So I maxed out my Squirrel Girl. I got a 200k power Squirrel Girl, and this is the whole reason why I went into the Young Avengers. So I have a maxed out Young Avengers for the most part. My Echo's 5 yellow, 5 red. My Kate is only at 3, but hopefully after some blitzing, I'll get that a little bit higher. I mean, we expected Weapon X to be able to counter them, but I feel like there's quite a few other counters that I feel we weren't really told that this was going to be a thing. When we had the dev meeting, I was there. It gave the impression that they would still be a lot harder to beat than what it turned out to be. I wasn't expecting Heroes for Hire. That's not the case at all. But I felt that it's not quite as good as we were told, I think, or what we were led to believe. That being said, Kate Bishop is still bugged on her passive outside of war as well, and this impacts a lot of viability, I think, for her as the character.
Kate! Come on now, Kate. Scopely, this is a brand new character that you've charged people for. Come on. Another bug character on release. Oh my goodness. All right. Now, what counters have you used against Young Avengers? Because some of the counters that I use in practice mode aren't working in real wars. So what have you, like Shadowland didn't work in a real war, but they did work in practice mode.
You can still do a lot of those counters, but I think the punch up is a lot less, or maybe you have to punch across. The thing, obviously, about active war is that you have all the rune buffs, right? And that makes a significant difference to their stats. Their hit points, especially, you're getting like, what, 80% hit points, med bay, cargo bay, barracks, and all of that. So that adds to like an 80%. But once those rune buffs fall, Young Avengers are significantly easier if you're having to fight any teams after that point. So they do work better with the rune buffs because of those stat boosts. But without it, I feel like they're just another war defense team that aren't particularly meta.
Okay. I found it very hard to beat in that Blitz. I don't know if you played that floor manually or if you...
the Avengers Tower?
Yeah, the Avengers Tower. Yeah, I said Blitz.
I
Avengers
did.
Tower. They were tough, man.
I somehow was able to sim. I simmed it with an Eternals Doom team, so.
I went in with a Black Order and they didn't win. Maybe my Black Order wasn't big enough, but maybe if I simmed it, they would have won. I don't know.
They are a fun team, and I've used them on the offense, not in war offense, but like just use them manually in other places. I used them in Avengers Tower to beat an Infinity Watch team as well. I believe there was an Infinity Watch combo there that I used them with, and it was fun. I've also used them a little bit in Arena offense.
Wait. That is don't gloss over that. That's pretty impressive. Young Avengers beat the Infinity Watch in Tower. That's impressive, my friend.
And Kate is still bugged. So if they can fix the passive on Kate Bishop, I actually think that they could be a much better team than what they currently sit at. Because Kate is such an important member of this team. Her passive is super important, I think.
All right, so what is bugged? What is going on right now?
So that part there at the top. So on death, not the death part, but when the young Avenger allies drop below 50% health, attack a random enemy for 200% piercing and apply blind and slow. So this is bugged outside of war defense. This doesn't activate. So when they cross the threshold of the hit points, this doesn't activate. And that's a significant amount of extra damage and debuffs because Squirrel Girl is constantly healing them. Like, so they're constantly going above and below 50%. This is going to activate a lot. So not having this damage, you know, is quite significant. No matter who you're fighting, really. But yeah, you would be able to punch up quite heavily against Infinity Watch outside of war if this was active.
So this is active in war, but it's supposed to be active in all game modes. Okay, so it's not really affecting war defense.
It doesn't say that it's locked to war defense, but it currently is.
Okay. So
except the death part. Sorry, I believe if they die, that still happens, but the threshold of the 50% health, that doesn't activate.
Gotcha. Now, she's got a Blitz coming up. She's got a Blitz coming up tonight. We've had some crazy scores for her. What do you think is going to go on with Kate Bishop? And usually at this time I pull up the scores for the previous Blitzes. I don't think anybody's maintaining that anymore. So I don't have all the Blitz ranking scores. So where do you think she is going to be? I think 50 to 60 has been some of our recent character releases. Where do you think Kate Bishop is going to fall?
T'Challa was 55, I thought, for 1%, 55 million.
T'Challa's first one, I think, was
it
55. Yeah, they stopped doing all the stuff after the second one, or after the first one.
Is Kate Bishop more valuable than T'Challa, which will tell you whether or not the score will be lower or higher than him? So I mean, war defense versus war offense. People tend to prefer war offense characters, so maybe T'Challa is more valuable in that sense. They might have blitzed more for him. Kate Bishop's score could be down a little bit lower than his. I don't want to say for sure because I'm not a blitz master. I don't make these predictions. I'm gonna try. I'm kind of on holidays for the next few days, so I have some time to blitz, but I hate getting burned by this. And if I miss a rotation and I don't get my 1%, if I miss 2 rotations, I'm probably done. Like I won't be able to hit 1%. So
what are you thinking for the top? So this is the first T'Challa blitz because this is not maintained anymore. 55 for that first one. Hey, what 57 for 1% for Kate Bishop?
Do we have an extra full team in Blitz? Because that's what really matters is when enough characters are released to add a new team into the rotation, then that bumps the score up by
I think we have an extra team now that we have the 2 young Avengers in the game.
Maybe 56 and a half. Maybe I'm not a predictor, but
all right, I'm gonna shoot for 58 just to be. I'm gonna shoot for 58 just to be sure on this one because I need the red stars. I got 2 red stars on her, so I need to get it at a higher percent just for the red stars for her. All right, so let me know what you guys are gonna do in this blitz tonight. Now we have an event coming. We don't know when, but we do have an event coming. It is for not this one right here. Assemble a top squad with a limited time Spirit Slayer Straight for Dr. VooDoo event campaign, Heroes Haunting. This was announced back on February 2nd when the update was announced. When do you think this update, or when do you think this event is going live in the game?
Well, looking at my calendar, I'm hoping that it might be like next Friday at the latest, I guess. Because we haven't had his offer yet, so the offer has to happen first. I think we'll probably see an offer this weekend, maybe. They've done it on a Sunday, right? Kate Bishop was on Super Bowl Sunday, so they'll probably do VooDoo on the weekends as well, I think.
I'm trying to go back through my in-game messages. Did we get an announcement that VooDoo is coming? Because normally before the offers, like a week before the offer, we get a announcement. Let me just go into the game right now. Maybe I missed it. I don't think I've seen an announcement for VooDoo.
Normally we see something, and then I think a couple days later it's the offer. I don't think it's like a week later, but
it used to be a week. It has been a couple days in the past.
We might see it like today or tomorrow, and then the offer on Sunday or something. If we see the Twitter post or the social media post something to do with Dr. VooDoo, then within a day or 2 he's going to go on to the offer.
Oh, they might have to put that out while I'm editing this video, so that may the in-game message may be coming tonight, and then the offer a little later. All right, we got another character coming in this update from this Dark Hunter squad. Morbius. How do you think this Morbius is gonna get released? I mean, we have an event character coming in Dr. VooDoo. We've had a Blitz in Kate Bishop. We've had a trashy event in Echo. So Morbius. And I guess the likely candidate, we talked about this mode earlier, would be Pocket Dimension is my guess right now.
It could be. I think it's going to be a Blitz, actually. He's
I
100
think those
shards.
are too likely. Well, if he's a Blitz character, that means we get 0 Pocket Dimension this update.
They might wait. Yeah, they might wait until next patch. Just because the timeline seems to work out. Because you said that 6.0 is probably due towards the end of the month or at the end of the month, and so the Kate Bishop Blitzes will be where do we this Thursday and then next Thursday, which is the Thursday, the March 3rd, is it? And then 10th and 17th could be Morbius. So. And then I don't know.
It could even be the 17th and the 24th,
yeah,
or the 24th and the 31st.
Push it back as well. Yeah, that's
it could be the 24th and the 31st if it is a Blitz for him.
Because we've already got the milestone, the stores covered with Echo. We have the campaign event covered. Doesn't look like we're getting a strike pass based on, and it's 100 shards. It'd be weird. To me, I'm thinking Blitz. I think we would have got a trait, for Pocket Dimension like we did with Resolute. So I thought we would have seen that at the start of the patch. If we
that's a good point. I forgot about that. That's shoot.
Unless they reused the Resolute tag, which actually is still in the game, I think, but I doubt it. I think they forgot to get rid of it.
All right. Well, we'll see what happens. I guess there's no way of knowing what is gonna happen. It's very inconsistent. I'm hoping it's Pocket Dimension though. I had fun with that game mode.
Yeah, I sure if they up the overall shard payout, because what it was like 50 something, which for Scarlet Spider, which clearly is not enough to unlock Morbius, so they'd have to change that.
I hope they give an unlock. Blitz seems like
I don't like
Blitz,
Blitz,
I want Pocket Dimension too. That tag does scare me that they haven't introduced that tag for Pocket Dimension. So hopefully. Yeah. All right, next. We have a Mojo's Mayhem Season 16. I know this excites you and a lot of the community because Real Time Arena is such a big hit. But February 25th, this is actually tomorrow is coming back. Now, they say they're going to give more orange and teal gear from 200 to 680 pieces. That's over a 3 times increase. We're getting the Bishop Marauder costume, which is a nice costume. Is this still worth $20 though? Is this something that you're considering spending on? As a light spender, is this worth it?
To be honest, I actually really like that Bishop's costume, the red Bishop Marauder costume. I actually really like it, but I don't want to buy it in the RTA pass. The only costume that I ever spent on, I kind of feel bad for it. I spent $5 on the Spider-Man No Way Home orb to open for that costume. I did get that one. That was
also gold though, so you weren't just spending for the costume. You got a lot of gold,
but
as well.
That's like kind of where I'm at. Like I might spend like $5 for a costume, but I don't want to spend 20. And as far as the pieces go, keep in mind everyone needs to remember that this 200 to 680, that's for the paid pass. So actually the free to play are only getting half of 680, 340. So you have to pay for it in order to get all of those.
All right, so here's my evaluation. Those 500 cores that Aaron knows, to me that's worth $5. The costume is also worth $5. So I guess the question is, all this teal gear, all this other stuff in that going to be worth $10? If it is, and Scopely dramatically reduces the amount of bugs, then I might consider buying this.
Right.
If it's not, then yeah.
For me, I don't at this point in time, I'm not encouraging spending so people can do what they want to do with their money, but I'm just not feeling in a great enough place to use my money for them. So it's probably great value, but I'm still not going to do it.
I don't know. Maybe it might. I don't know. I don't know about probably. I don't know about probably, but maybe a good value.
I don't typically buy RTA passes anyway, so I think the strike passes. Well, it depends on what you're looking for. In the past, strike passes had more value overall,
usually,
for average players than the RTA pass. So just depends on what you're looking for.
Got it. All right. Now, there's a big question the community is asking, and we did get this addressed by Cerebro in the Envoy chat a long time ago, and nothing since then. But the Google Play Store, Marvel Strike Force has been removed from that store. They're not here. They used to be here. And a long time ago in Cerebro, in the Envoy chat, Cerebro said they're working their contract. That was like 2 months ago, though. So what do you think has happened for this? There's been rumors that Marvel Strike Force is starting its own store. There's been some Datamines with some kind of indication. The Datamines aren't obviously very clear, so there's been some suspicion of that. And there's also weird timing. This disappeared right when there's a lot of spend your energy events. So what do you think is going on with this store? What is the reason for it? Is it a simple explanation that the contract issue was not solved with Google, or is there some other thing that we're not getting all the information for?
Well, I'd love to give a really long explanation for this, but I don't think this is available in Canada. So actually, I know very little about this, or zero about this. So
they don't have this either?
I don't think they have Google points because I'm not collecting it, or I'm dumb and I don't know how to do it. So I've not seen it personally myself. When I do buy things on Marvel Strike Force, I do it on the Google Play Store, but I'm not familiar with the point system. So unfortunately, I actually can't add anything here.
All right. Well,
we also don't get Amazon coins, so there's a lot of things that Canada actually doesn't get.
That's the big one. That's the big one. All right.
So Canada again.
We'll move on. Let me know in the comments, guys. Is there some tinfoil hat why this isn't going on, or is it just the contract's taking a long time, or maybe they're worried about all the bugs and their crashes and they don't have time to worry about this contract? So hopefully this is solved soon, and hopefully we get some clarity on this. But let's talk about some Datamines, baby. The latest Datamines. So this is the first one, and we'll talk about the plague coming. But celebrate International Women's Day with the upcoming Celebrate the Extraordinary event. Don't miss 2 times shard drops from campaigns for some of the Marvel's most iconic women. The celebration kicks off March 8th, 4 p.m. Who do you think is getting selected in this?
Well, it doesn't tell us. Is it going to be all? It's not all women, right? So it's only select women.
I don't know. Who do you fit the bill?
I'm trying to think. Like in Do More or any of the more important characters, I am drawing a little bit of a blank.
We're gonna get Shield Operative. We're gonna get Shield Operative, Mantis, Okoye.
Okoye, you know what? Okoye wouldn't be terrible, but I mean, I thought she got some double drops because of Black History Month. So, no, because Okoye is for Chaos Theory. So some people do have to farm her up to get further.
Okay.
One of the best Flash events in the game. Okay. In my opinion.
You know what they would do? They're gonna give a double drop for Magic. And Magic's not
sure. Magic, yeah, if they want to throw her on.
She's not even farmable. They're gonna say Magic to celebrate the International Women's Day. You have a double drop on the non-existent node that you're on.
I can't think of any like node farmable characters that I would really bother with, like from a meta perspective, or even from a like, should you do this? Like, I can't think of any, honestly.
Scarlet Witch is kind of popular. Maybe they'll choose her.
That are on a node, because I can tell you a bunch of characters that you should farm in stores, but not in nodes. I can't think of any.
I don't know. We'll see. We will see.
Black Widow, maybe.
Black Widow's good
for early characters, early players.
Emma Frost. March 8th is when they're gonna make Emma Frost farmable.
Maybe.
All right, the next one right here. A plague is approaching. Now, this has to do with the Infestation event coming. With the upcoming Infestation Incoming Event, earn select Dark Hunter. So we've already just talked about it. That's Elsa and Ghost Rider only.
Probably.
Spider-Punk shards.
That's okay.
And a training orb fragments, ability materials. Make sure your roster's ready for the fight ahead. No date on this either. So when are you expecting this? Are you expecting this tomorrow, sometime next week? Or what are your thoughts on this?
Probably next week. If it's going to be in the blog, if it's in the Datamines here, that suggests it's probably going to be on the. Well, we're already on the blog, sort of, but it might be on the blog again, which suggests that it probably should be next week sometime.
Yeah, I'm surprised the blog didn't have a date on that. So, next week, I guess.
Yeah,
next
probably.
Week? All right, and that is it. We talked about some positives, some negatives, some trash. And Marvel Strike Force is like Forrest Gump's mom, Boilon. You never know what bugs you're gonna get when you open this game. What are your final thoughts, brother?
I really, really want things to get better. We obviously are here because we like the game. We play the game and we want things to be better. We're not. I don't feel that we're quite there yet, but I really hope that they take some of these. They fix some of these issues. You know, they actually really take the concerns of the community to heart. Otherwise, you know, that whatever you want to call it, rage or the boiling point is gonna continue.
I like that. That should be a video. That should be a video series for you. The boiling point. Every week.
I did that on the fly. I did not think about that prior.
You should. I like that. Hey, you didn't know you'd come up with it. You didn't know you'd have an awesome video idea for your channel. It was just coming out here. So
the boiling point.
Hopefully that is something that is going to be here on your channel very soon,
sounds
guys.
Good, actually. I'll think about it.
Yes, yeah, you can be the angry guy, the boiling man. It matches your name too. Links to his channel down below, Discord, all that. Anything else you got promoted that's coming up that you want to promote besides the boiling point?
Not really. I'm taking a little bit of a break. Actually, for the weekend, I'm going away, having some nice, relaxing family time. So I'm gonna enjoy that, and hopefully, when I come back, things are maybe looking up. We'll see. I guess.
Hopefully, let's just say that hopefully there's no new bugs.
Yeah, it can't get any worse, I suppose.
Our standards are so low, boy.
Please get better.
Right. Please. Yeah. All right. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. We do this every week. Positive, negative. We discuss honestly what's going on in Marvel Strike Force. So if you enjoyed this, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button for more Marvel Strike Force content, and make sure you hit that notification bell, because even if you're subscribed, you may not get the notifications as soon as the new video goes up. I will see you guys next time. If you're listening to this podcast version, make sure you give it a 5-star review wherever you are listening, and have a great rest of your day, guys. Give me that Hulk fist bump, Boilon, before you go. Yes, yeah. There it is. Happy weekend. I will see you guys next time. ValleyFlyin, Boilon, out.
Bye-bye.